Hello, I'd like to speak today about Workplace Hazard Prevention Program, or WHPP. Locally, how has our injury rate been in comparison to other years? Also, what is the gulf between the ideology of the union and the corporation in regards to prevention? Now, in the last 2 years, nationally, the injury rate has been reduced by 5 points. Locally, the injury rate has increased by 11 points. My name is Shaun and I am the co-chair of the Health and Safety Committee. I have had that distinction for 6 years now. I've also been a member of this committee for 11 years. The purpose of this presentation is to augment the WHPP pilot presented by Danick Doucette 2 months ago. Danick's pilot is close to agreeable by the union. By placing the focus on hazard identification, Danick has created a solution to an old dilemma. Identification of hazards is identified and derived from incident reports and statistics. It moves away from the old 5S and QWL systems. The 5S program was a failure for the union because it was not agreed to or involved with at the initial pilot level. So therefore the union resisted it. The QWO system, or quality of work life, was too invasive upon the members' privacy and their home life, and it was rejected by the union and the members as such. Danick has actually changed the way the corporation wants to look at health and safety. The strengths of his pilot are as follows. He is focusing everything on empirical data collection. It will look into the what and the how rather than the who and the why. It avoids the personal conflict between supervisors and employees in the collection process. It also will identify similar incidents and problems across the board. It will create an interactive display for us to use in our meetings. It will also focus on actionable stats from which we can generate programs, prevention modules, and the like. It does have weaknesses though. It follows a post-incident prevention program. It concentrates more on what happens after the accident. The catalyst is incident-based. It is not preventative-based. It is reactive and not proactive. It will not start until someone is injured or an accident happens. We believe that things should happen before that. It should not get to that point. It also lacks a compliance progress. There is no check and balance if we fail to do this. And we need an actionable program to work on the stats with. It's good to have data, but we need a program to forward this data and use it properly. We do not have those steps yet. Now, to augment the pilot, I propose concentrating on CTUs, work zone mapping, and cooperation. This is all pre-incident. The CTUs can be done at the local level as opposed to just having one done at the national level. The engineer and OHS should be involved. It should pertain to new equipment, new processes, and new workstations. This is very key, as some things are missed when only 1 or 2 CTUs are performed at the regional or national level. Information should be shared locally and at region, so that there is a more comprehensive or hive-mind approach to the CTU program. The data should then be filed and reviewed as needed as circumstances change. When it comes to work zone mapping, hazard assessment should be done on all workstations and work areas, including walkways, lunchrooms, and washrooms. It should be comprehensive plant-wide. We should also review environmental assessments as well. The map should be color-coded by hazard level as needed. Employees should be notated into restricted zones, such as who can go on the dock, who can go in the mechanical areas. It should also incorporate PPE, or personal protective equipment, and they should be listed for each zone. The employees also need to be educated that there should be different hazard awarenesses for the different zones. The third point is cooperation. We should have our information shared across multiple departments. The Route Measurement Office and the TSAT should be sharing information with LJOSH. It shouldn't be separate directories focusing on our individual jobs. We should have access to that information so that we can use it for health and safety. There shouldn't be any competition between the two. Although dealing with the union and dealing with the different departments, there are different agendas for each group. I am willing to forego fighting over route measurement at the health and safety table if it means that we get actionable stats that we can look into to prevent further injuries and incidents. In conclusion, the pilot is close to what is acceptable locally. We appreciate its strengths, but there are improvements needed. I ask the audience this: what steps can you bring to our attention to improve upon this pilot? Any questions can be emailed to me or sent up afterwards. Thank you for your time.